Hello trendy roomies, we bring you another top 10s movies. Here are top 10 Nollywood movies of Sandra Okunzuwa you need to watch this week. All these movies are on YouTube. They were released from January and March. They are very interesting that you should watch. Number 1. Silent Witness. This movie is on Boss Lady Flicks TV. The producer and executive producer is Austin Ogbufi. Director is Chijoke Okike. Story is written by Faith Pearl. It talks about a blind woman who fell in love with an officer, but this officer tried to scam her of all her properties due to what she did to him in the past, but it seemed like the officer could not succeed. Cast are Sandra Okunzuwa, Christian Oshiaga, Egbucha Victoria. Number 2, Everything in Between. This movie is on Nolly Family TV. The producer and executive producer is Mastershot. Director is Austin Onyema. Story is written by Arma Chris. It talks about two friends that fell in love with, but the family had one history that did not allow them to be together. They had to fight through these issues. Cast are Ben Tuitu, Sandra Okunzuwa. Number 3, Husband of Mine. This movie is on Sandra Okunzuwa TV. The producer and executive producer is Sandra Okunzuwa. Director is Oki Ifeanyi. Story is written by Amma Chris. It talks about a lady that fell in love and married a very poor man. Her mother became the enemy in their family, tormenting them for their poor state. The man then ran out. Other cast are Stan Z, Sandra Okunzuwa, A2 Raffle. Number 4, Sister Penna. This movie is on Sandra Okunzuwa TV. The producer and executive producer is Sandra Okunzuwa. Director is Chidi Chidox. This movie talks about a woman preaches about the gospel and got a job. Her boss was a Casanova, so she tried to turn him into a good man with a good attitude. She fell in love with him after he changed. Cast are Too Sweet Annan, Sandra Okunzuwa. Number 5, Village Husband. This movie is on Sandra Okunzuwa TV. The producer and executive producer is Sandra Okunzuwa. Director is Emma Anyaka. This movie talks about a rich woman who went to the village to get a man as a husband. When she brought her husband to the city, he was behaving like a tout, and the woman became irritated and wanted divorce, but she tried to train him for a better life. Cast are Mike Azuruonyi, Sandra Okunzuwa. Number 6, Risking It All. This movie is on Sandra Okunzuwa TV. The producer and executive producer is Sandra Okunzuwa. Director is Great Ediki. This movie talks about Lawia who fell in love with a criminal, but her father forbids her to do so. She later found out the man was as innocent of the crimes and her boyfriend was cheating on her, so she went back to loving the criminal. Cast are Sandra Okunzuwa, Timothy Egberson. Number 7, Sweet Vengeance. This movie is on Uchenna Bunabo TV. The producer and executive producer is Audrey Harrison. Director is Ujuak Patrick. This movie talks about a lady who is set to take revenge on the lady sleeping with her husband, but ended up falling in love with her mistress brother. She could not take the revenge anymore as she divorced her husband. Cast are Sandra Okunzuwa, Audrey Harrison, Timothy Egberson. Thanks for watching. The Trendy Room brings you more top 10s. Your number 1 channel for movie recommendations. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, Trendy Roomies.